So, hi again. Last time, I think we ended on us getting the other half of the secret medallion to Haligtree up in Fort Sol. So now we get to use that medallion. So returning to the Grand Lift of Rold, and using whatever it is you console players do on PC, you would use the right and left arrow key to switch to the secret medallion. You're going to use that, and we're going to go to the Consecrated Snowfields. And this part isn't sped up yet, but we're about to speed up. But uh, after we use the secret medallion, there's a death route that we can get along this path. So I'm going to show that real quick before we proceed in. This run is going to be us wrapping up pretty much all the quest lines. We're going to get the rest of the seedbed curses, the rest of the death routes, um, and we're just going to wrap up everything. You should, if you followed along up to this point, you have the option to do any of the 6 endings. Now, there's only 3 that are going to give you an achievement, but if you already have a couple of the achievements and you just want to see one of the endings, this guide's going to allow you to do that. So, after dropping down onto the visible ledge, there's a gigantic land octopus here. We're going to pull that lever and try not to get absolutely destroyed by these little fucks. Run through that archway into this boss room, and it's a mimic, so you're going to see me versus me versus me in an epic battle of me's. Which me will win? I'll give you a hint. It's me. I win. And we're going to open this chest up, and there is another death root. So now running out of this room and taking a left, there's a set of stairs with a lift. You're going to take the lift, you're going to jump through a window, which will take you back out to the main lobby. You can grab that, though. It's a nice little talisman. Now I get a little confused, a little turned around, but it's okay. Go up these stairs, get this site of grace, and here we are in the Consecrated Snowfields. Now, I always like to do this because you can't see fuck all. I like to mark the edge of the map just so I know where it is, so I don't accidentally run into it, because it's happened to me a bunch of times. And these giant beams of blue light are very helpful in identifying where the edge is, because you really can't see anything. So now going north, we're going to come up to a village. I can't remember the name of it, but we're going to get the site of grace there, and then we're going to move over to the church that Latenna wanted us to go to, and we will get I think a somber ancient dragon smithing stone from this. But first, we get invaded. Good judge of you being invaded is if you get dismounted at any given point, short of crossing the glowing blue lines on the floors. Now you get another somber smithing stone right there. So we're just going to continue going north. Here's the town that we had to get to. There's a puzzle here we'll be doing in a minute, but first, Latenna. And on high journeys, this walking mausoleum is going to hit like a freight train. Look at that. One of them killed my horse and almost brought me down to dead. And now we talk to Latenna, and we get an ancient dragon smithing stone, somber ancient dragon smithing stone. Now we're going to return to that town for the puzzle. Now, one of the benefits of playing on Journey 8 is that literally almost everything one-shots me. So I'm going to cut out a bunch of the uh, parts where I get just one-shot by things that some I can't even see. But yeah, so there's 4 towers, 4 little bonfires, not towers, 4 bonfires we have to light, or statues we have to light up, or candles, or whatever the fuck they are. First one we're going to do is directly across from the point where we enter this alternate version of the town. We're going to climb up this ladder, and it's right at the top of this ladder. And I'm returning to the point because I got one shot. And now we're going to run around the back side of this building. And another one right here is on the ground, where I will then again be destroyed by something I can't see. I'm dead. Yep. Returning to the point. We're gonna jump back over this railing. We're gonna climb back up the ladder. And try your best not to get wrecked by these archers. You have to get some well-timed rolls in. Kill that one. Climb up the ladder. Light the third. And now the fourth is around the back side of the town. There's a ladder going up this building right here. Gonna light that one, and now you get teleported back to the real town, and all the seals will be down. We're gonna go up these stairs, and there should be a teleporter. It'll take us to Haligtree. So there are like a lot of items in this first area, scattered on all these branches. If you want to take your time and go and collect them, I think it's really worth it because some of them are really good. But I'm not going to be doing that because I think I 100% or got 100% of everything in this area on like Journey 5 or 6. I took the time to actually do that. And you really got to be careful for this big guy because all of these spells he's casting at you will one-shot you. Now after going down the ladder, we grab this Site of Grace, and we're going to continue running downwards, trying to get through all of these branches because Haligtree um, isn't the actual destination. We're trying to get to the bottom of the Haligtree. So there's a boss right here that we're going to have to fight. It's kind of very similar to the one that we fought trying to gain access to the Three Sisters. Actually, I think it might be the exact same boss, if I'm not mistaken. So with that boss dead, we grab the Site of Grace, and we will walk around the right side of this tree down these stairs until we come into a ladder. Now, you cannot roll off this ladder, you will die, it's very far. So make sure that you actually climb down it. And then we're going to take this lift. And there is a Rotwing Knight here that you're going to have to kill because you can't get this Site of Grace and rest at it before it's behind you. So after exhausting all of Millicent's dialogue, the next part is to run down these stairs because we have 2 seedbed curses we have to get. So the first one is at the bottom of these stairs. You're going to jump off the railing to your right, down onto a little ledge, and in a very dark room, there will be a guy tied to a tree. Or tied to a tree. Tied to a chair. Now return to the Site of Grace that we were talking to Millicent next to, and we will go back down the stairs again, but this time instead of going all the way down to the bottom, we're going to jump off the higher railing and then onto this steeple, I think they're called. And here is another person tied to a chair with another seedbed curse. That, I believe, makes 4 that we found. We got the one in the beginning of Lindell. We got the one off of Blackguard Bogart. We got the 2 here in Haligtree. And then the last seedbed curse is back in Lindell that I forgot to grab when I was there last time, but we'll go back and get that here just in a minute. But first things first, we're going to wrap up Millicent's questline. And a couple things to note. Um, you can kill her. If you kill her, you can get a talisman. I'll show the talisman here in just a minute that you get from killing her. But if you took the frenzied flame, the thing that I warned you guys not to do in the unless you were like absolutely sure that that was the ending that you wanted, you do have to save her because you get the needle back that we gave her back when we met her in Caled, and you can use that needle to remove the frenzied flame from yourself. It's the only way to have access to an alternate ending if you touch the door with the 3 fingers. So, but first we have to kill this boss. I tried doing it with magic and being fancy, but I don't think I actually hit it. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing beats the just running a sword. Now you can fight him down below, but you're literally standing in Scarlet Rot, and I've tried to avoid getting Scarlet Rot buildup for as long as I can during this fight. It's because he is going to apply it to me at some point. And there we go, I have Scarlet Rot. So now it becomes a race of killing him before I run out of flasks. Fortunately, I still have 8. And he's almost dead. So after this thing is dead, you can grab this upgrade material for your Spirit Ash. And then we're going to go back to the Drainage Channel Site of Grace that we got um, before we fought that thing. And we're going to climb back up now because we have the option to either assist or kill Millicent. There's the talisman. I'll show it again here in a second before we actually do the invasion. So, assist or challenge. If you challenge her, you're killing her, and you're getting this talisman right here that I'm showing once again. Millicent's prosthetic, which is Dex, increases Dex, and gives you attack power with success successive attacks. Successive, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. So, now that we have saved Millicent, because that's the option I went with, we get a Rotwing Sword Insignia Talisman. And very important, do not fall on top of her because you will kill her. You just want to talk, exhaust all dialogue. Now I'm going to log out. I'm going to log back in. She will be dead, and we can pick up the needle. Now, to use the needle, you have to kill Melania, and in the room where the fight is, there will be a gigantic, like, cherry blossom flower. You have to interact with the cherry blossom flower while having the needle, and that will give you Nicolas Needle. Um, and then you bring Nicolas Needle to a secret boss area in the crumbling form Azula. I don't show that, but I'm almost positive there's going to be a guide out there of how to use Nicolas Needle. If there's not, maybe I'll make it. But yeah. Anyways, we're going back to Lindell because we need to get that last seedbed curse. So spawning at what was that? The Erdtree Sanctuary, going back down the branches into what is this? The fortified manor, and the last seedbed curse is I can't fucking speak. The last seedbed curse is in the room where we meet Dung Eater on a corpse tied to a chair. And now we're going back to the subterranean, um, the sewers under Lindell. To now, if you didn't progress Ronnie's quest line, if you held on, I mean, actually, technically, I think you still can. But this is the point where you can make a choice whether or not you want to give Celavis's potion. We gave it to Gideon, but if you wanted to give it to him right now, you can. You can get his puppet, but you cannot give him the seedbed curses that get you the Mending Rune of Fell Curse, which is one of the secret endings to Elden Ring. So if you choose to do that, um, yeah, that's up to you. But we did not give it to him because we are going for all endings on this guide. We're not going for puppets. So now going back to Limgrave at the bridge, site of grace, we have another death route we need to get in this catacombs up here. I think this is called the Death Touch Catacombs. Yep, Death Touch Catacombs. This one's very straightforward. You're just gonna run to the end of the dungeon. It's not like splitting paths. Like, this is probably the most linear dungeon in Elden Ring. You're gonna pull this lever, then run back out and kill the boss. There is an Uchi Katana in here. If you wanted it, you get there by going underneath those staircases that I just ran up. And there should be like a little pathway that takes you over to the Uchi Katana. But a Black Knife Assassin, I don't know why this thing spawns in basically dead, but yeah, just kill it real quick. Open this chest, get yourself another death root. There's two more, I think, that we need to get. So yeah, next up we are going back to the Mountain of the Giants, but we're going to go to the Zamora Ruins TP, or Site of Grace. So from the Zamora Ruins, we are going east, southeast, And just before that very long, narrow stretch of rocks that you have to cross to get into the Mountain of the Giants, we're going to turn to our right, and there will be a Catacombs entrance. Or I could just fall down. I could do that too. So open up this door, and we have the giant mountain catacombs. Now this one is can be a bit weird and quite difficult because of the amount of stuff in here that's gonna one-shot you. There's also a very I didn't even know this until I was recording this video and I accidentally found it. But apparently, right underneath this lift I'm currently on, if you were to send this back up, there's the whole like secret area down there that I haven't even explored yet. I'm waiting to wrap up this guide, and I'm gonna go explore some extra stuff. Might even stream it. Now, after you get through that hallway with the trap, you come to a room full of guillotines and exploding pots. If you just try to run straight through this room, you will not make it. They will explode in front of you and kill you. So you do kind of need to bait a couple of them out before you can actually run through it. So through this room of poison spore sacks or whatever these things are, there'll be a hole. You can drop down the hole. You can loot the butterfly. Drop down, and there will be a lift here. You're going to send the lift up, jump off the lift, jump down the hole, and the lever to the boss is right back here. So pull the lever. Now we can drop back down. Take this lift back up. And here's the boss. So now once the boss is dead, you can open this chest, get your death root. And now, if for whatever reason you've been following along and you don't have all 9 death root, there is a video on my channel. Probably link it in the end. But if you found that you are at the point that I'm at right now and you have less death root than I have, you might want to go check out the video. So now, returning to Gelmer Mountains at the Sorcerer Azure site of Grace, we're gonna walk over that. What is that? A rock? Is it a spike? I don't know. We'll walk over that little like land bridge thing into this catacomb. This dungeon's super, super, super easy. It's literally you just running straight down into a hole, opening a door, killing the boss. The hardest thing is getting past this chariot. And honestly, once you have like its timing down, it's pretty simple. So it's going back up. We're gonna run back down. We're gonna hide in this hole. It's gonna kill that skeleton. Continue to run. I think I cut this one pretty close. Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna open this door, and the boss is right inside. And in the back of this room is the chest with your last death root. I'm pretty sure last death root. So now we can return to the sanctuary in Caelid, or the bestial sanctum, a sanctuary. And we're gonna give him the remaining death root. I think they might have patched this because before 1.03, you used to be able to give him all 9 and then relog, and he would just be gone, and all the items would be there. Now you're forced to fight him, or I don't know, maybe I just got unlucky and they did patch it, but burn about 5% of his health. By the way, he never leaves this area, so if you're having trouble killing this guy at this point, just come back later because he never leaves this bestial sanctuary. Even if you kill him in Azula, he remains in this location. Next is the return to Volcano Manor, and we are going to kill Rykard. And I would suggest using this spear, as it was its only use is in this one specific fight. And like I'm sure you can figure out a way to kill him without this as melee, but I couldn't be bothered to try to figure that out. This spear, by the way, is should be right in front of this boss entrance once you enter. I already have it, and mine's fully upgraded, so I'm just using the one I already have. Now, after he's dead, we go back to Volcano Manor and tell Tanith that we killed Rykard. And we can talk to Patches. He'll have some stuff to say about this. Doesn't sell anything new though. And he's quite important. He will give you an item in the Crumbling Farum Azula that will help you kill Malekith if you're having trouble. And now that we have killed Rykard, Dalios is no longer in the Volcano Manor. He should be teleported here. You might have to fast travel a couple times, reset the area, relog, or if none of that works, like it didn't for me, rest at the site of grace and speed up time a little bit. So I rest until nighttime. Or maybe I don't rest till nighttime. Maybe I do that later. So talk to Dalios. Dalios. And he'll say something about pitying him. Talk to the pot again. And yeah, now's the point where you have to let time pass and you have to rest at your site of grace for a little bit. This is my first time actually doing this quest line, so I'm a little confused in what I need to do to progress this, but I end up figuring it out. So resting until nighttime works. You can see now that Mans is dead. Not quite sure what done him in, but I'm gonna let him know that he did not die in vain. That he saved all these pots. And I'm gonna lie to him because they all dead. Talk to Little Man again. Fast travel out. Come back down. Mans will be sitting next to Dalios now, playing with him. Kind of weird, but so talk to him again. Reload again. Now he'll be sitting back up where he normally was, and you can now pick up all of his stuff again, or all of Dalios's armor and weapons. I think all of his armor and weapons. Maybe no, just his mask and his whip, and you get a Newman's rune. And that pretty much wraps this all up, with the exception of getting Alexander's innards and bringing them back to this guy, which we'll do here in just a minute. But first, we got to kill the fire giant and get to the crumbling Far Missoula. So, returning to the freezing lake. And now we are going to run southeast past the dragon. You want to kill the dragon, kill the dragon. But you're going to continue running southeast and then turning south and going up this hill, across the chains. Yeah, so, turning south, going up the hill. There's a spirit spring here that I fail at taking 3 times. Now across the chain. There's the site of grace over here on your left. Grab this site of grace. And now go west. Turn and go back up the hill east. Cross this chain. And after you've followed along so far, you can summon Alexander for the fight. He is incredibly useful. I highly recommend getting him. Now, once the fire giant is dead, you can rust it at the site of grace right before the what is this thing? A giant cauldron. And I don't skip this cutscene. I'm sorry. I know I'm breaking patterns here, but I love this cutscene so much. When you have the frenzied flame, frenzied flame is probably my favorite ending. And now I tried fighting this dragon and killing it, but this boy was just difficult as fuck on Journey 8, so I ended up just running past him because he's optional. And fun fact, because I've never done this before, but if you skip him, the one that spawns overlooking stuff down here and breathes fire, does not spawn. You see, right over there to the to my left, that dragon that's usually sitting up there, he ain't there now. And here's a if you're like struggling with killing this boss and you haven't already, actually I guess you wouldn't know if you're gonna struggle with the boss until you've already done it. But assuming you haven't actually started this boss fight yet, you can run around the side of it and go and get that site of grace over there. That not makes it so that you don't have to fight those big guys that have shields and massive weapons. Because if you're struggling getting away from those, by the time you get to this boss fight, you're probably already down like 3 or 4 flasks. So after they're dead, I would probably suggest you grab the Site of Grace in there, but I did not because I was feeling extra confident today. Very spicy. In fact, I made a very ballsy jump that normally I don't take. So after this, you're going to run up this spiral staircase across, and there will be a stone sword key location with a lift, and take the lift up. I grab this Site of Grace though, and take a rest. I think I'm going to level up. Yep. And now over here to my right. I don't know why I went left. Up here you will find Alexander, where we are pretty much forced to kill this man in order to finish off a quest line to get an item that we're never going to use. I like to think Alexander is like Onion Bro reborn. So now we go back to Jarberg, and we give Alexander's innards to the little man. Reload the area. And now he is gone. And this super awesome item is now there. So, more things we need to do. We're going to use this medallion that Vari gave us in order to come to, uh, what's his name? Mog's Palace, aka the Bloodlord. And, well, I'm not going to kill him. If you do kill him, though, um, you can return to Gideon the All-Knowing prior to killing Malekith, and you can get a reward for both giving him the Bloodlord's location as well as um, Nicolas' location, because Nicola is inside of this room with the Bloodlord in that cocoon. He's the dead guy with his arm hanging out at the back end of it on the altar. So you get two out of the three locations for Gideon done here, assuming you kill him. If you don't kill him, you only get one of the locations. But I can't be bothered trying to do this fight right now while trying to record a video. It would have taken me well, too much time sitting here banging my head against the wall trying to kill this thing. So yeah, here's Mog, Lord of Blood, and right behind him is Mikola, Melania's twin brother. And I think you probably see why he's so rough. The mimic just doesn't last nearly as long as it used to, because it refuses to flask now. And once this guy hits 50%, he siphons life out of us, healing himself basically, and goes all god mode. At which point the mimic's dead. You have to fight this guy basically by yourself while he's bleeding you, burning you, throwing all kinds of moves at one shot. And yeah, I just wasn't having it, so I skipped over this. But kill him if you can. Next up is Melania, so returning to the drainage channel. Don't mind me, I'm doing this naked. So take this lift down. Now you don't have to. I don't believe you have to kill Melania um, to report on her location to Gideon. I think you just need to enter the arena and fight her. Um, but if you kill her, you can make the Nicolas Golden Needle to remove the frenzy flame. So that's something you're interested in. So now we return to the round table. Just just to snitch. Tell tell the Popo here the location of the fugitives. And everyone knows all good snitches get rewards. So here we go, getting our stuff. I don't know why he only gives me one item. He should technically give me three, but I don't remember what the first two or what the items were that I got the first time I come through here and did all this stuff. But he will give me a duplicate of that spell every time I tell him about. I think we told on the Bloodlord. So anyways, back to the Crumbling Fire of Missoula. I'm gonna run, make a ballsy jump. Except this time, instead of going up the staircase, we're just gonna go right through that archway and go down. Jump over this railing, snag this site of grace, and now I get to run away from a bunch of birds. This is probably my favorite part of Elden Ring. Because if someone had told me, like 10 years ago that FromSoft would one day partner with Angry Birds, I'd have told you were lying. And make sure you dodge sooner than you anticipate upon coming around that corner. Because that guy right there will one-shot you, like 9 times out of 10. And there's just one more thing I gotta show you guys before we kill Malekith and go into the Lindell, the capital of Ash. And that's where to get this Blasphemous Claw at. So assuming you followed me to this point and you finished off the Volcano Manor, you're gonna come from that side of Grace. You're gonna go up the stairs, turn left, go down to where this ladder is, jump down, and right at the end of this bridge, or right before this doorway, you will be invaded by Bernal. And upon killing him, you get his armor set, you get his weapon, and you will get the Blasphemous Claw, which lets you reflect damage back at Michaleth, or Malekith, the Black Blade, but only during one very specific attack, and your timing has to kind of be perfect. And if you don't dodge out of the way and you're sitting there trying to time the item to use to counter him, you're going to die. So um, use at your own discretion. I uh, I personally think just dodging is probably the play. But yeah, if you have a better gaming chair than I do, by all means, you roll those dice. So now, unfortunately, in like 20 25 minutes from now, um, my recording just stops, and I don't notice it until much later. So use your imagination and close your eyes and just imagine there's a scenario where something doesn't go wrong during every single one of my recordings, and the footage is there of me killing Malekith. So now you can open your eyes, right? And Malekith's dead, and we are in Lindell, capital of Ash, city of Ash, whatever it's called. And now we're gonna go find Golden Mask. who will be dead. The Ashen Capital, Lindell Ashen Capital. I can be wrong in so many different ways. So yeah, now we got to go find Golden Mask, who's dead. And when you find him, you will get the item that you need to. Oh, by the way, that hole right there leads you back down to the sewers. So if you didn't take the Frenzy Flame and you want to, for whatever reason, you can go right down that hole and you can still go and interact with the Three Fingers. That's still a possibility for you at this point. So, yeah. Now we gotta go find Golden Mask. He's dead over here. Um, and after interacting with him, we get the item we need for his ending as well. But note that his ending does not have an achievement associated with it, so you should probably do Melena's, Ronnie's, and the Frenzy Flame ending first. But yeah, so right up this hill is where he's located at. Interact with him, then reload the area. Because if you log out and log back in, or fast travel back to that site of grace and run back over here, you can get his armor set as well, which is pretty spiffy looking. And yeah, that is everything. That's all 6 endings. Um, so yep. Good luck, guys. Take care, and see ya next time. Bye bye.